with you adding stuff.
This is Between Hook Sets. I'm Jason Walter from In Through the Outdoors with my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill from the Fishing Crew.
What is up, dude?
Oh, just kind of cruising through the camera roll here, looking for Steve Bigger's
This is
pictures.
Between Hook Sets.
What do we got going on here? Oh, something
With
changed.
my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't know. I had all that set. Oh, something changed. I don't know what. Because I had it set up on the other one and ready to roll. We went to the other one. We went to.
Gotcha.
For Pete's sake. Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well, I guess I'm fired from the show, and we won't see you next week then. I'm on vacation anyway.
Not going to happen.
Okay. Well, anywho, let me pop this up before I forget it because that's a big deal there.
Yeah.
So we were going to have Steve on, I think 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
And then none of that worked out. And so now here we have him tonight. So we're going to talk about duck hunting and dogs.
Duck hunting dogs all the way from El Campo, Texas. Steve Biggers, how are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good, Steve. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Before the show started, you were talking how it was 86 down there. I think it got a little warmer today, but it's probably about 36 outside right now.
I haven't seen 36 yet this year. Actually, maybe when we met, it was that. Maybe it was 40, but no, it's about 70 degrees in my RV, and it's about 80 in the field hunting. So it's still pretty warm here.
Yeah, that's too warm.
Yeah. I got to meet Steve here a little over a month ago at a pheasant hunt, and instantly I somehow find the duck hunting guys in the room. And Steve, you're from El Campo, Texas. Let's hear a little bit about yourself and what you got going on down there.
Sure. I've been in El Campo, Texas now since about 96 hunting. El Campo, just for people that it's a big rice growing area. It's actually one of the largest in the country when it production of acreage. It's southwest of Houston, about 2 hours. And our lodge has been here quite a while, and I'm blessed to be in business. And we have hunters usually traditionally from 15 to 18 states per year that visit us.
So did you say rice in Texas? You grow rice in Texas?
So
wild rice.
Well, not wild rice for table consumption, but
really,
the rice industry was actually started in Texas.
Really?
People don't realize that. It migrated to Arkansas. It migrated to Louisiana. It migrated to California. It originated in Texas. Sure did. All on the Gulf Coast.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
See, now I learned something cool tonight.
Yes, sir. Now, the only problem with Texas is our urban growth has grown so much that we're losing so much of our rice production. That's what's hurt us. You see this big shift of geese in Arkansas, correct? Everybody talks about the number of geese in Arkansas. Just Google snow goose population 25 years ago, and every one of those geese were right here where I'm hunting at. This was the capital. Eagle Lake, Texas was known as the goose hunting capital of the United States. So urbanization, our popularity it's been a hurtful sword to us too when it comes on the hunting industry.
Yeah. So is that a direct reflection on the flyway shift to the north up here too then?
I'm not sure about that. One thing we do not kill a lot of, regardless, and before we get started, I've got my Astro shirt on, but I'm a huge baseball guy, so I keep stats. I can quote you stats bird-wise forever. Mallard has never been king here. So when people call me, I'll tell them, what do y'all kill? I said, we kill everything but a mallard. Don't come here for a mallard. Go to South Dakota, North Dakota, Canada, Kansas, wherever. But we shoot every species known to man except a mallard. So as far as that shifting north on that, I can't. My input says no. It has nothing to do with us down here.
Okay.
So the big thing with that is, 10 years ago, call it, North Dakota got to be able to grow corn. I mean, you grew up in North Dakota, Jason. How often you see cornfields up there when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, but that's all we had was corn and sunflower. We didn't even have CRP, right?
Wow. So they changed a lot of the cropping patterns where their corn's holding longer, stuff like that.
Sure,
so
I agree with that.
they're growing more corn. And so our new thing in Pierre, we always say, unless North Dakota gets a foot to 18 inches of snow, we just don't see geese. We used to winter, 400,000 geese here in Pierre. They don't come down anymore.
Right. I'm sure that is a direct result of that.
Same thing with you with Louisiana. They started growing rice over there. They're pulling the birds over there because there's more, the cropping patterns change, and there's a lot more birds staying north. They don't have to come down unless they can't get to the food.
Right. I think the variety of rice has changed too. The seed rice that has grown a lot now, it's not conducive to waterfowl as much as the conventional rice. The rice that you grew up eating on Sunday mornings at your grandmother's house, it's a different variety of rice, and the geese and ducks love that type, and they grow less and less of that every year here in the United States. Totally. So the rice that's grown in Stuttgart area, do a little research. It's owned by a company called Rice Tech, and Rice Tech ships that seed rice all over the world. So we're actually hurting ourselves, right? We grow less, we ship more overseas, but that particular rice is not the best for ducks and geese. They'll do it, but they love the old varieties that were for table fare. People don't realize that.
The last thing I thought we'd talk about is rice and ducks.
Yeah. You've got to, this part of the world, to be a hunting guide, duck hunting guide, you better pay attention to what rice you're leasing. So there's multiple.
Wow.
Yes,
yeah. So Jasmine, Basimity. What are they? What's that? What's the Basim?
Well, those rices are all part of the rice that we grow. That's just
it is okay. Basmati.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yellow rice, wild rice, jalapeno, something rice.
Those are
Wait a
all
minute. No,
added.
that would be.
That's
never mind.
all added after the production of it. Yeah. That's you need to talk to. You need to have Uncle Ben's on.
Oh, there you go. Yep, peas and rice.
But I will tell you what's different in Texas than anywhere else in the country, and it's what makes if you really Google my name, usually blue-winged teal come up. I harvest more blue-winged teal out of this lodge than just about anywhere in the U.S. And we've had people come here from all over the country, but we get 2 cuttings of rice. Okay, what I mean by that is it's like 2 cuttings of hay. Arkansas gets 1 because we can plant as early as Valentine's Day. Okay, our crops in the ground Valentine's Day.
Wow.
We cut our first harvest around mid-August. When do the blue-winged teal migrate? On the full moon of mid-August.
Yeah,
they're going to Mexico regardless. And blue-winged teal, we're going to get off on this rabbit hole, but this is my specialty: rice and blue-winged teal. The blue-winged teal. If you look at a big map, it says there's 4.7 blue wings in the United States. They're all coming through El Campo, Texas, every one of them, because they may come down the Mississippi Flyway, but they're not going to fly across the open Gulf. To get to Mexico, they got to come down Highway 59. That's the corridor for the blue wing teal. We shot a GPS blue wing this year, but they have shown that those blue wings from Mississippi and all of the Central Flyway birds come right through where I'm sitting, literally. So when there's 4.7 blue wings, there's 5.2 million mallards, right? That's spread across 4 flyways. You guys fight over all those mallards. I get every blue wing to come through my house right here. So,
that's interesting. You say watch or look at a blue wing.
Yeah. Now when they get here though, because we cut that rice and we reflood it. Okay, it's not regrowing the seed; it's regrowing the plant. So the plant, and now we just cut it again. So we get 2 cuttings. Arkansas can't do that. Louisiana can't do that. Just us, just because of our weather.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Yes. I was going to bring that up because that's what you're known for. Ramsey Russell's been there to hunt, and I've listened to podcasts. You are the blue wing guy, pretty much. And I talked to you, come down there. You're like, you want to shoot blue, you want to shoot teal, or do you want to shoot all your full plume ducks? You kind of got the best of the both worlds for us.
We do. Yeah, we do. I call it, we have a teal season in September, like everybody else. We have a teal season 2.0 though, the last 2 weeks of January. And that's what I told you. The birds will start to migrate back north. So they love hanging out here. They're here till Good Friday of Easter weekend here. People don't realize that. They're sitting in our backyard. They're here in mid-August, and they're here at Easter.
So
Same bird.
they go to Mexico, but
They go to Mexico.
they're like any other water. I mean, the most waterfowl, we always say they always trying to get back and breed north.
That's right. All right. But they want to wait to the last second to go north.
Yeah.
So they'll sit here, even though it's chilly, it's cold. It's not like your place. And as soon as it thaws out or it's good, they're good to go. As long as we have water. The last 2 years we were talking before the show, we've been in a pretty severe drought. But to come here in January, you're going to shoot wall mounter, pintails, widgeon, gadwall, and then you're going to shoot some of the prettiest. You can go to Mexico and shoot them, but it's a little dangerous to cross the border there. But you can come right here and shoot blue wings too. You just can't shoot 20 of them. You know, you can shoot 6. But yeah, we have a great teal season, and we kill a lot of ducks. We do. We harvest a lot of ducks.
When you were up here, you just got done with your teal season. Do you remember your stats on how many teal you shot in your 9-day teal season?
We killed 2,296. 2,296. Ask me my best year.
What's your best year?
4384.
43. Wow.
84.
I was telling
16
people.
days.
I was telling
16
people.
days.
You guys shot like around 2,400 teal, and they're like, "No way!" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's not full of shit. Like, I mean, this is something he does, and
5.7 bird average. That's pretty strong. I don't know where else you can get it.
Ridiculous.
It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty damn good.
So let's before we get much more duck hunt, let's talk about how you started what Rocky Creek Retrievers is, Team Waterfowl, and tell us about your lodge, man. You're showing me pictures.
Yeah. Well, I guess the first way things started is, I had a career with Exxon right out of college, and I dog trained right out of college, and it's just a sport I've always enjoyed. I've enjoyed guiding, duck hunting, and dog training. And when Exxon and Mobil merged, you guys are too young, but I had just enough service to qualify for what they called a package. And I can still remember my wife saying, I came home and told her, I said, I'm tired of working 3 jobs, because I started training dogs on the side for a little extra income, and I always duck hunted on the side for extra income in the wintertime. And then I told her I was just sick of working 3 jobs. She said, well, finally, you need to focus on the one that really cares. And I said, no, I signed up for the package. And so that was in 1999, and I've been full-time ever since. The current lodge sleeps 62 people. I have 22 guides work for me.
Wow.
We lease about 10,000 acres of rice. We flood 2,000 acres of water. We have a good thing going. I've been 11, 12 years with Mojo TV. They're coming in actually Thursday night. We'll film here. They typically film 2 shows a year here. And if you'll watch the intro to their show, anything with a blue wing in it was shot here. And anything with a pintail, most of the pintail footage is from here. Usually they get that in their November show. But just very blessed. Blessed with good guys. And my camp is how I like to do it. I don't want it so fancy you can't come in here in your muddy boots, but everything's clean and nice, home cooked meals. I've got a great staff, and where the gentleman that hosted this pheasant hunt that I met Kirk on, their company flies down and hunts with us, and they have a big hunt and they have a great time, and they've been here, I guess, about 6 years now in a row. So we must be doing something right. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I've got a group here they're all from the East Coast. They're in the rail car business, so I'm not going to say the company name in case they get in trouble. But we have a variety of type of clients, and then we have a family here hunting, and some husband and wives here hunting, and so yeah, we're just blessed. We're blessed beyond belief. So,
well, you're talking about your guide. We got to talk about this guide.
Okay, yeah, he's sitting in here with me. He's homeschooled, so right now he's in here. He's in here. He didn't want to be on it with me, but he's in here listening. So yeah, he's
because look at him.
There he is again. Yeah, that's with Pat Gregory. I don't know if y'all know who Pat Gregory is. He's a great carver that lives in Illinois. Pat carved him a set of decoys, and Rhodey's his name, and he's 9 years old, and he told Terry Dimon he was born for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many 9-year-olds have a Del Bordelon custom cane call, Sheen waders, He's I don't think he knows what he's got. Maybe one day, what I hope is one day when he's about 30, he realizes what he had a chance to do.
Hey,
So,
you
Wow.
picture right there. He is dialed in. Like
yeah,
he's ready to go there.
yeah, that's classic. I'm glad you put that on there. That gives me chills.
Is he a big calling son of a gun then? I mean,
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it. He's only got like 30 calls. I don't. Everywhere we go, we have this really cool store here locally. Again, you guys aren't old enough, but I went to Max's Prairie Wings when it was in the old house or when the original building. We have a place that's like that, and I can't go in there without him buying something. And then all these duck call guys coming on here, and they give him a call. He's got, y'all know BC Rogers that owns Wren and Ivy Bags and out of Mississippi.
No,
You need to Google anyway. You need to Google him. You need to have him on your show. He makes great hunting products, but he's got a Wren and Ivy bag. I mean, no 9-year-olds have that, but he does.
no 40-year-old sitting here on the show doesn't have that. So
Yeah. Well, here's a 63-year-old who just got one a few years ago. But yeah, I'll have people hunt with us, and they'll say, "Oh, that's a Wren and Ivy bag, Brody." And oh yeah, I thought everybody had one of these. No, not everybody.
but he loves doing it. I mean, you were so proud telling me about him, being out there and hunting with you, and he kind of grew up in it. So
yeah, he did. His mom worked for me at the kennel. When we were. So I was telling Kirk, I lost my wife to a pretty tough disease, and so we had to scale back the dog training and stuff. But at the peak, my daughter worked for me, and so they live 200 yards from the kennel on some land that we gave him, and by the training pond. That's his big fishing pond and stuff. So yeah, he's grown up in it. He didn't have a choice. And I had 2 daughters, and then so he's my first out of 5 grandchildren. And being a boy, that made it even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah. No, he drives the Can-Am and drives the Polaris, and he cleaned ducks today. He likes to get back in there when all the guides come in. And he breast them out, and yeah, he's still learning to really. He shot a duck on camera in teal season. You'll see it this coming year. So he got one on camera. So that was a big deal. So yeah, it's all good.
I'm sure there's not a lack of shooting for him at some point in his life. I mean,
yeah. Right now it's still pretty limited, but yeah, it one day it's going to cost me a lot of money.
So,
yeah, right on.
Yeah, I mean, because he just hunts with Boss shells. What else do you hunt with?
Yeah, exactly.
Migra, whatever. He's not hunting with the cheap stuff.
Yeah, he's not going to the store finding whatever's on sale.
No, we're pretty full.
So back to your lodge a little bit.
Yeah.
You're telling me you have like full Texas barbecue pit down there. You have a stage. It's everything when you walk in.
It's everything. It's a venue type deal, but it's not a wedding venue type deal. So my wife and I love live music. The first thing I built when I bought this place is an old stage where I live. I live about an hour and a half from here. I don't live in this little community, but I live in a different community. But I'm a huge live music, country music, Texas type music. So the first thing I built was a stage, and then all the major weekends we bring in a couple of bands each night and play, and the guys just love it. They absolutely love it, and then I like it, of course. And so yeah, I've got a stage. We've got 4 skeet machines set up, a little sporting clay course in the front. Being the dog trainer, I built the technical dog training pond from the front. You can look at it on Google Earth and kind of see it. And so yeah, we've got 20 dog kennels here, 20 runs. They're all for the guides, but some of the guides will let a customer put a dog in there or something if we need to. But yeah,
sounds like
good.
fun.
It's about 15 minutes from the farm, so it's just far enough away to be out in the country and a little privacy, but a little closer to town than the farm is. And then yeah, it's good. It's good.
So when you get into this, you kind of, like you said, you just kind of got into this whole deal. Yeah, right, Tom. I know it sounds like a hunting trip. I told Steve we're going to have to come down, but the problem is going to get really expensive for me mounting all these birds when I come home. I can't get big sprig pintail. I can't get all the full plume stuff. If we're lucky, we can get a few, at the late season tail draggers, but they're not like you have. I've guided snow goose hunters and, have to talk guys out of shooting the big, like you cannot shoot those birds and they whip in this pintails and you're like, they're just the gorgeous thing you ever seen.
Yeah.
So,
I would say too, it's the most I've ever had. Let's just use a five guys, 30 birds. I've had up to 13 species on the trip on that.
Really?
That trip. Yeah.
So like ruddy duck,
average 4 to 7 daily.
really ruddy ducks, canvasbacks, any mergansers?
No mergansers, and we
don't. Are they even? Ducks. Some people say they're not even a duck.
I agree. They're not.
Okay.
We don't have many of those though, thank God. We don't shoot the ruddy ducks. We have a lot of them, but we don't shoot them.
Oh, they're a cute little duck. I want one hanging on my wall, but I can never.
No, if somebody wants one to mount, we'll shoot it. But we don't.
Oh, well, sure, yeah. I get to see that, and that was my deal. Was I could never find them during hunting season, so I'm certainly not going to shoot one to put on a wall. Yeah, right. And
I have a picture of one. I mean, I have one in the lodge by the pool table. When we hang up, I'll send it to Kurt, and then he can forward it to you. But yeah, we see some big old black cheeks and the white chin. They're beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
But we'll shoot canvasbacks, redheads. See, we're an hour and a half inland from the bay, but every redhead that goes to Mexico, every redhead that goes to Lower Laguna Madre comes through El Campo, Texas. Again, it's just the same flyway that the blue wings do. So they come right through here. They're coming right now.
The widgeon follow them up then, or
no? They don't follow them up, but the widgeon are here. Gadwall are here. Everything's here actually. Ringnecks. Trying to think what I shot the other day. I know we killed some ringnecks today. I saw them on the cleaning table.
Bufflehead.
A few bufflehead, not big time bufflehead, but we definitely killed a few.
I always felt bad for the gadwall when I was a kid because I'm like, it's a good thing a gadwall doesn't really know what it looks like because it would just be disappointed. Right?
We just beautiful. We kill some beautiful ones here.
I think most of ours, I guess, when I was a kid anyway, they were small. They were a little bit bigger than a teal, but nothing. They weren't anything to brag on.
No, we love them here. It's one of our top species here.
Get wood ducks coming through there?
We do. So we do. So we're on a big creek system. It's called Sandy Creek, and it's we do kill a few wood ducks. Yes. Yeah.
So it's crazy to me that you shoot so many gadwalls and widgeons and you don't see the mallards.
No.
That's
really interesting.
When you're hunting, you shoot
temperature. It's a temperature thing. It's a temperature thing.
They like the colder weather or a little bit cooler weather. 80s too hot.
Oh yeah. Now I will tell you, when we killed 2 mallard hens the other day, that's how quick they go around in our guide group chat. Group me text. Average 5 a year mallards. Last year, total ducks killed on the farm, teal season and big duck was just under 12,000. We killed 5 mallards.
See, and when we're up, I mean, that all you hear is, you walk over the top of a hill and,
we've never killed more than
1,000.
In all my record keeping years, we've never killed more than 10.
So that's crazy.
Hold on. Did you say 12,000 ducks?
12,000 ducks. Yes, sir. Now that's ducks, geese, and cranes in teal season.
Wow.
Oh my God. That is just heaven to me. That is, so what's your biggest season since you're a stat guy? Is that average or is that low or is that high?
So you got to back out that particular year. We killed, we still had a 16-day teal season on that last number. Average season probably is around 8,500 ducks in a 72-day duck season.
72 days. And I can't even do the math on that. It's just, whoops. Oh, the calculator says that's a hell of a lot of ducks. There you go.
A lot of ducks. Yeah. But we kill a lot of sandhill cranes. So we have it all here. That's what, and we still have quite a few geese, nothing compared to 20 years ago, but we still produce some good goose hunts. And so we'll have some big goose hunts, a lot of crane hunts. I've got 2 guides that strictly, and our crane season is different than like West Texas. We can only kill 2 cranes because we're in the flyway for the hooping crane. Okay. So,
Oh,
like with all those guys you see out in Amarillo, up in the panhandle of Texas, Lubbock, that area, and they're killing four crane. That's a different species of crane, and they follow a different flyway. Our birds follow the hooping cranes right down to the Gulf. And so
okay.
we have to be really careful. We only get about a 36-day season on sandhills, but we have a good 30. Last year was one of the worst because of the drought, but typically we put the hurt on them. So
Hmm.
a guy can come here. I'll tell you, I've got one group from Chicago that comes every year. They want to shoot a blue wing, and they want to shoot a sandhill crane, and then the other day they don't care, But we try to do that, and they usually get them a wall mounted blue wing to take back, and then they get shoot a limit of cranes. So
Okay, so people, they're the blue wing, is that coveted? You'd think they'd want like a green wing or a cinnamon or something.
yeah, we don't get many cinnamon. Of course, that's a California bird, but we
Yeah.
kill 15 to 20 a year. They fall in love with a blue wing down south, and they follow her back
All the
to
way.
Texas. And we usually pick off a half a dozen of them. So
Yeah, blue wings are tough. Like that. You don't see many good mature blue wings if you're us.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
people come here just for that. I mean,
Yeah.
literally. I've had them here for 3 days, and they'll pass on big old wad of spoonies or gadwall or whatever because they want to be able to get they want to make sure they save enough space for their blue wing.
You can't pass on the Hollywood mallard.
Oh man, we love them. I love them.
Yeah. There's
cook 'em
another
in a
one. I was
roll-up.
as a kid.
We
I'm
can cook them in a roll up, and you'd think I could tell you it was Neil Guy or elk or whatever, and it's spoony.
taste, they just taste a little muddy,
Oh.
right?
They make you look like a great shot too. They always crumple. They're great actors.
Yeah.
They're always with that big bill. They're
Yeah.
great actors. They'll dump in with some mallards, and then it never fails. You shoot those, and it's like, oh, who shot the Hollywood mallards?
Yeah. The
It's
only
like a
ones-
pretty
we
woman
don't
with a
like
big
them in
nose.
September. We don't like them in September. They blend in with those blue wings in the dark, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
yeah, some of that casualties of war stuff. But it can be tough.
So, so you've been doing this since '99 is when you decided to start this whole deal.
Full time. I've been duck guiding. I'm 63. I started guiding at a club east of Houston that's very historic. And it's been around forever, since the 60s. I guided there as a young man, like college time up until my mid 30s, and then when I went out on my own, I hunted for it. So I've been guiding right at 43 years.
So what did you do before the whole duck hunting guiding thing? Did you work at a grocery store or
I
a
worked for Exxon. I worked for Exxon.
You, oh, that,
for a
okay,
real
that's
guy.
right. Yeah, I forgot you said that. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And again,
okay.
the town that I grew up in, it's the world's largest refinery. Everybody worked at Exxon. I mean, nepotism was strong. And so if your dad was a good guy, every kid that wanted to go to work for Exxon could go to work for Exxon. So yeah, I went to A&M and got out of school, and everybody said, "Where are you going to go to work?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to work for Exxon. I don't know about y'all. Everybody works for Exxon." So it was that kind of town. It was like the old Pittsburgh steel days, and everybody worked for the steel company. But yeah, it was all good. It helped fund a horrible habit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Horrible habit. I think you got a heck of a habit, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But so you guys, you do this pretty strong. You house 22 guides, you said. I mean, are you probably, like, from my research, you're the teal guy, obviously, but you are probably the biggest one in the area down there, I'm gonna have to say.
We are the biggest one, yes.
And you didn't start the biggest, so how did you gain it? I mean, I'm guessing you have customers that have been coming back for 10, 20, 30 years.
I do. I had a group here this morning that hunted. They hunt 3 days a week, the entire season. They hunt every weekend, and they hunt Wednesdays. And then I have companies that, like Saddle, I guess we can say the names, but there are certain companies that they block out certain weekends every year, and they're here for 3 days and 4 days. And then there's individuals that come back for years after year. What really helped me, and I love helping them, is I helped develop some of the early Mojo stuff, the blue wing teal decoy, now obviously I didn't engineer that stuff. Terry has all the patents, and he is a great guy, but they field tested so much of that early stuff right here with me, and I got in with them at a great time, and they've helped my business tremendously. My growth exponentially is blessed with Mojo TV. I can't deny it one bit, and I'm a faithful Mojo supporter, and I use their products. There's other products out there, and they're good, but Mojo is they're number one in my book, and they've taken good care of me and helped our team grow. So I wouldn't be here without them.
Now, so I don't want to put you on the spot,
Yeah.
but did they when they first made theirs? Was it the metal wing one?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is still the best.
Oh yeah, they came out with a whole new series with them too, and I've got one here right behind me on the desk, still in the box. That's what we're going to hunt with on Thursday or Friday when they hunt. Come here to hunt.
I had a guy come hunt with me, and he's like, way back in the day, right?
Mhm.
When I was 15 years old, and he's like, let me see your Mojo. And he bent my wings. Bent like this, and it works better.
Yeah.
Like they just come out and they cup up like this, and you look at it, you're like, what? And they're all bent, and he's like, trust me. And because birds kind of caught on to him a little bit, they kind of get to him, but we bet. I wish that decoy still worked. I mean, I wish that Mojo still worked. I still have it with the paper feet, and it's by far the best decoy, best.
You need to, as much field hunting as you guys do, you need to look at the new product called the Blade. Have you seen
Is that
it?
the flat one that rolls like this?
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
I looked at that.
I use it. I use it daily. I don't put it in my decoy spread per se. I may put it 20 yards down the shoreline. Big, long time attracting. We've had a lot of fog the last 10 days here. I love it in the fog. It puts off a pretty good flash when there's not much light.
Oh, sure.
It's pretty good. And we haven't had a chance to use it in the big field yet. Once our geese get it feeding and the ducks feed with the geese, we'll be on a remote and we turn it off with the geese. The geese do tend to shy away from it, but we'll put when those big flocks of pintails, I think it's really going to help us finish them. So, and you got to remember, Terry's always told me, the product is not designed to finish ducks. It's designed to attract ducks. So everybody's like, turn the Mojo off. No, how about this? Let's leave it on and let's move it somewhere else instead of right in front of our blind. That's the key.
That makes sense. Yeah, because a lot of guys keep them right in the
right in front,
right,
myself
right.
included. And then eventually, though, toward the end of the season, it's 30 yards down the shoreline, up in the grass. Not even. You wouldn't even think, why has he got it down there? But it's just to help attract.
Yeah, Felby says sign him up for a waterfall trip next year.
Come on.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh wait, hold on. What was that? Headquarters. Their producers just telling me we've got a special announcement here to make. So let me bring that up.
Mr. What the heck you got going on here?
MR Ducks, CDE DVD wings, MR
Ducks. So Tom wants to know. I kind of skipped over the started.
Occasionally, Tom. Occasionally we do. I'm not in the market that I was at one time, but occasionally I am now. But people are always welcome to check with me. But normally I can point them to someone that does.
See, when you had your dog, were you breeding and doing all that down there?
And I'm still doing my dogs. I just don't train 30 dogs at a time and have a breeding program like I did at one time. I still train. I usually start in February right after duck season, and I train a dozen to 15 dogs. But I used to campaign dogs. I did all the hunt tests. I've run in the Grand. I've trained the master hunters. I've trained probably 35 master hunters, I guess, over time. So, but that's I'm not going to say it's a young man's game. It's gotten to where, they just finished the Master National, and it was here in Texas, only about 2 hours from the lodge. They were running it the first 2 weekends of duck season. And to me, that's almost criminal. When I ran hunt tests, they all ended before duck season started. I just turned around and scratched my head. I'm duck hunting. I always have been that way. I have made a living dog training, but I am a duck hunter first. When duck season rolls around, I'm duck hunting. Period. I still train. I still like to train, and I still train. I don't train year round like I used to, but the guys train here every day. There's guys. Some of my guides are dog trainers, and they train after they get through hunting. I used to do that too, but I don't do that anymore. But I'm dang sure not going to travel to go run a trial or a hunt test, and I can go on a real duck hunt. That's why I got my dog. So,
well, that makes sense. I mean, keep it real, right? When I was a kid,
that's me. That's obviously I'm not I'm the minority because more people are running the hunt test on a weekend than they are duck hunting.
See, and I would rather I'd rather hunt for real. When I was a kid up in North Dakota, there was a guy that used to crossbreed pheasants and ducks. They called him a.
He's our class clown, Steve.
Yeah.
But every once in a while.
You guys get down there, and so when you're okay, so I asked you earlier, how are you guys hunting these things? Is it all flooded fields? Is it creeks? How are you guys setting up? What's expect? You guys got big blind, or you layout blind, or what is expect for the?
We have a lot of this part of the world grows a lot of cane just because of all the moisture in the canal. So some of our we love tacos in Texas, and so we call them taco stands. But they're just a big vertical blind, usually built into a cane patch, and then the rest of them are pit blinds, either fiberglass or metal, and then they're on moist soil units. I would say we're a dead even split moist soil and then flooded rice are the others. But we are hunting over water. Most of the water is, 4 inches to 2.5 foot deep. Just what a duck likes. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when do you move your blinds, like your cane blinds? Do you move the taco stand much?
No, they're all permanent built. Yeah, they're permanent built. Now, all the guides, we call it going Indian. We call it going Indian. We go Indian sometimes, and that's where we might sit on a Momar stool or something like that, and we'll go if it's just the way the wind's blowing or the way the feed is or the way we've dissed the lanes or something like that. There's always opportunity to go Indian. So when customers call me, I tell them you can hunt anywhere we have in rubber boots. If you want to be an adventurous waterfowler and you want to go where the ducks are exactly sitting, bring your waders and we may wade in. And that doesn't mean you're wading for 3 miles or anything like that. We're just going over a levee and we're hunting where there's no blind, and we'll sit on a Momar stool. And I'm not doing a plug for Momarsh, but they make great stools and they make great stuff. And we'll use or maybe one of their pop-up blind panels or something like that brushed. And we'll hunt like that. So, and it all depends on the customer.
You kind of way I'm getting this is you're pretty customer friendly. So whatever.
No doubt. It's their money, it's their hunt. So,
that's why you're successful. I've been to these places where like we're doing this no matter what,
Right. The other thing I don't do is I don't combine anybody. I used to go to Arkansas a lot, and my common question was, and nothing against Arkansas guys, it's great, it's good hunting, but it just seemed like every time I went there, I ended up in a group of 10 people, and I'm like, I don't want to hunt with you guys. I always ask, what's the private group? Well, a private group's 6, so we show up with 6, and they put 4 more with us, and so I'm like, okay. So my huge deal is I like smaller parties. It's less pressure on a pond. We'll hunt a minimum of 2 people, and we don't mix you with another 2. Now, we can't goose hunt like that. That's too much labor. If you want to goose hunt, it takes 6 people. But I have a few of these little rules, and then we'll hunt a minimum of 3 people on the weekend. So a guy can, a group of 3 can come out and hunt. There's not many places like that will do that. So,
no.
And then we'll have a group of 7. I got a guy that they've got a group of 7, and originally they wanted to split, and he texted me earlier, and hey, I think we all want to hunt together. That's fine. It's your hunt.
Perfect. Yeah. When we went down to Amarillo a couple years ago crane hunting, we took 4 guys down, went down there, and we get there, and they're like, "Yeah, you're going to hunt with other guys." And we're like, "What?"
Yeah, that pissed me off.
We want to hunt by ourselves. Like we came. Yeah. Well, we have to have. We like the parties of 8, and I'm like, well, then you should have told us that before we left.
That's right.
4 guys to come with.
That's right.
We bought a trip at Delta Waterfall, and it was a 4-guy trip. So that's what we did. We had a couple days on the trip. We did the thing, and we get down there. And the first day, our other guys didn't show up. Maybe because we gave too much hassle. Like we're like, hey, we want to hunt by ourselves. So we hunted by ourselves, shot our limited cranes. That day, the lodge guy or the owner come over to our Airbnb and's like, hey, I'm going to send you over here with these guys. You're going to shoot some ducks. You're going to shoot some cranes. Okay. Well, there was like 13 of us in a blind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in an A-frame.
Right.
Jesus. The next day, there was like 15 of us in an A-frame.
Yeah. I've seen it too many times too. We've had to combine groups, but the way I've worded it is like this: we can. Here's the scouting report. both you guys want to go goose hunting? We've got one field, and I'm gonna ride a A and a B on the quarter, and I'm gonna flip it. And one of you gets to do it, and the other one of you are gonna go duck hunting, or you can combine groups. I'll leave that up to y'all. If they want to flip for it, we flip for it. If they want to combine, we combine. But everything's predetermined.
Yeah.
It's the only fair thing to do. And then
Well, I mean,
someone will just bow out and say, no, you know what? It's not worth it. I'd rather duck hunt and be with the guys that I came here with, and I'm good with. Same thing on the dog.
Okay.
That's the big question too, right? I used to say, and I'll use another state, Missouri. I could drive all the way up there to book a hunt and tell them, look, I'm a dog trainer. I got a pretty good dog. I'd like to hunt it. And I show up and the guide's got a dog. And I'm like, okay, look, as long as your dog honors, but I'm going to pick up every duck that I shoot. I'm paying for this trip. So, well, the guy goes, well, if they can't go get it, I'm not going to go get it. I said, I wouldn't expect you to. So, I treat that as well too. Customers love to bring their dog here. Some of them I trained, some of them I didn't. But, and we say the same thing. I'm not going to walk across this marsh or this rice field and retrieve a duck that your dog needs to get, or I can bring my dog with me and it will honor. It's professionalism, but it's at the same time, you can use this place as a training ground if you want, but you're going to chase the duck too. So.
Yeah, I would not bring my dog because she breaks because she's a pheasant dog too.
Yeah.
The dog trainer, like I took mine to my trainer and I said, hey, he's like, what do you want to do? I said, well, I'm mainly going to pheasant hunter, but I would like her to, he's like, there's no such thing, dude. Either I can train this thing to be a duck dog or I can train this thing to be a pheasant dog, or you're just what you get. And
yeah.
My 48-pound chocolate lab has retrieved every swan I've ever shot.
Yeah, you're telling me about that. That's cool.
So, I mean, if she breaks, I tell people she's going to break. As soon as that gun goes off, she's out in the water. Just be prepared. Don't shoot anything low. And it works great, but I'm not guiding people by any means on that kind of stuff. So it's just buddies hanging out. And I come down there like, sorry, Luce, you're staying home. She might hate me, but she's staying home.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get down there. I'm going to have to come down and see you. It's going to be something. Maybe we get down there and maybe I plan a Wednesday night and we do a live podcast from.
Sure. I'd love it.
There you go.
Yeah. That'd be fun. I
got a few more pictures here of your.
Yeah. That's at the front entrance. Yeah.
So how did the name Rocky Creek Retrievers Team Waterfall come about?
Well, one, I'm a big baseball guy, so go back to team. That's where the team came. The Rocky Creek is a creek that's, again, I live, have you guys ever had the opportunity or blessed to eat the ice cream called Bluebell ice cream?
Oh,
you ever heard of it? Okay. If you Google it, that's the town that I live in is where it's made. And so out of that town, there's a big lake and everything, and the main creek that feeds it is Rocky Creek. So Rocky Creek Retrievers is the name of my kennel. And then it just stuck. RCR is a great logo. And the team waterfowl. Yeah, that's our big old cedar logs that we take pictures on. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's a good picture.
But so that's for the Rocky Creek, and RCR is just, it's easy to remember. It's a good logo, and we just call it RCR. That's everybody that comes here, just RCR. So the team waterfowl is just the baseball nerd in me.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, from the moment Nate goes, you got to meet this guy. And I met you, I'm like, we're already exchanging phone numbers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were.
This is like me right here, man. This guy just living the dream.
Well, that's what I told you. I said, you're a young me. So, I've got a guide right now. I've got several, but I've got this one. I always say my prime was 37. I was like a killing machine. I was a good guy at 37, and I've got one that's 37 right now. And I just look at him, I just shake my head because I said, man, he works for Exxon and all that. I'm like, oh, please keep your job. Don't be like me. But at the same time, he is like me. And so we call him Killer. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So a lot of your guides have other jobs, and
I have a half a dozen that are retired. They've been with me for a long time. I have my oldest. So I'll tell you, he won't care. My oldest guide will turn 70 in January, and my youngest guide is a junior in college. So
oh wow, that's impressive.
I forgot about this. youngest guy's 9.
Oh,
No,
yeah, right.
So his name is on the board. I have a big, so like, baseball teams have a lineup card, right? So we have a lineup chalkboard and all the guides are on it. And so that's where I should have sent that picture too for this. People would love that. And it's got the duck numbers on it. We've killed 12 bands so far this year, just so you know, if you want to know the net number.
Really?
Yeah, that's counting teal season, and this was day 19 of duck season. We've killed it's been a good band year so far. So but anyway, going back to the guides, because if I book a group of 25-year-olds, they don't have a lot in common with me, okay? Other than the passion to duck hunt, but I'll place them with a guide that's closer to their age, and then same thing. I've got a lot of older clients, and I don't need to put a 22-year-old guide with them. It's just good business.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just good business. So
it gets rid of that awkward thing because
a 70-year-old's not going to be on TikTok. He's just not going to send a TikTok video of him. So it's all good. And you got to have something to talk about in the blind. So
yeah, no, I think it's a great idea.
How do people get a hold of you? Do you have any openings? I mean,
yeah, we have openings. That obviously there's big weekends and stuff that I block out for some private that take the whole lodge. We have several of those, but you can still hunt here. So the best way to get a hold of me is RockyCreekRetrievers.com, and then there's an RCR Team Waterfowl page they can click on. I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is called Rocky Creek Labs. At the time, we couldn't get. I don't know why that my daughter had that set up that way, but really, just I always tell people Google my name and just Google duck hunting and Steve Biggers, and all the Mojo stuff will come up. But yeah, we do have a website, and you can give out my cell number here. It's fine too. That's fine.
Do you have like a base price, or is it kind of built to the team, or how does that work?
So roughly it's around $600 a day per person here. That's food, lodging, morning hunt, bird cleaning. We do have drive-in type hunts too, that a guy could stay in a hotel and save a little bit of money. But I'd rather them call me and visit, and I'll, if you're going to come for 3 days out of state, I'll work with you. And so, and I'll work with youth. I'm big on the kids and stuff hunting. So I'll help a guy out. So,
yeah,
I mean, rate $600 a day per person. We do not do any afternoon hunting on waterfowl. There's dove hunting, there's fishing close by and those kind of things, hog hunting, but we do not. So there's something else for you. No refuges in this area, none. No federal refuges. So you want to hold ducks, you've got to create big rest areas, and everybody that's out here seriously does. And so we don't have a refuge system. So in this area, and so we have to really protect our ducks. There's no way I'm going to go afternoon duck hunting. No way. None.
And that's basically there's nowhere to give them a break.
Nowhere to give them a break. We're off the farm by 11 o'clock every morning. We scout in the afternoon. We scout daily.
That's a big thing up here, So we have these pits over east of my place here. Basically east of where you were is a big public. I think it's 5,000 acres of draw. They call them draw pits. You go into a trailer, you draw a number, you pick your field.
I'd never heard of that.
Yeah,
I went up there.
Yeah, and the big thing that I've always said to them is, when the geese get here, they just get beat up. Yeah. Guys just literally there'll be 25, 30 guys in the draw shack in the morning going for 25 fields. And guys, if they don't get the right chip draw, then they'll just leave, but they're beat up nonstop. And I was trying to tell them, like, we need to leave an area. There's rest on water and there's rest in a field too. Right. We're continuously beating up the same field because that's where the feed's going.
Right.
And birds are going to relocate.
That's right. Pressure. Pressure moves them more than anything nowadays. Pressure.
So I'm like, you guys need to take a couple fields and just say, this one's blocked off this week.
Right. I agree. Make it a zone. Do it in zones.
Yeah. And rotate them zones. And you don't have to hunt, these guys up here hunt the X. We all love to hunt the X. Sure. Right? We all want to hunt the X. But if we want to keep birds in, leave the X alone a few days.
Right. We rotate zones. Luckily, our farm is not continuous. It's broken up over 100-year history of owning it, and we're in 2 counties, and so it's pretty nice. So we'll hunt. We call it north, middle, and south. And like tomorrow, we're hunting the middle section of the farm, and it again, you're putting pressure on a certain area and leaving the other areas with nothing going on. It gives them a place to go. So they never leave us. The ducks never leave us once they get here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We keep them. We bounce them around. There's no doubt, but we don't. They don't leave us because they don't have to. They're
So
like,
when
oh God, somebody's over here. They're gonna just scoot over there.
When you're hunting the middle, all 22 guides are going out to that zone.
No. Let me rephrase that. I never run 22 parties. That's not true either. I do run 22 parties during teal season. During duck season, the big duck season, we average on the weekend about 16 parties, 17 parties. It takes 22 guides to get 16 guys available, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So now big ducks. So teal season, since their ducks are moving through, we hunt 20 to 22 groups for 9 days. Big duck season, we've got to protect our ducks. I can't run hunts like that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have a duck on the farm. So you're right. So
When
let's clear that up. I don't have 22 parties a day during big duck season.
So during teal season, them birds aren't really sticking around regardless. They're going to be there for a short period and they're gone.
That's right. They're here and then they're gone. They could be gone overnight.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you take advantage of them when they're there.
Yeah,
they're
you
there.
have to. It's a resource that's there.
Yeah.
But now we don't hunt everything we have, but we don't, and we still create a rest area for them. So, but we hunt big groups.
So
That's how we get the numbers. That's how the numbers are so skewed.
Yeah. So when you're doing that, like, are you hunting the same field for the teal season? Because you're just you're getting fresh birds probably every day.
Right. Correct. We hunt the same ponds. Now they rotate guide wise, but I'm going to use a pond that's famous. It's on the Mojo show. It's on their intro. They do a drone footage of it. Every blue wing on that intro that shot on the TV was shot in a pond called a round pond. It is a round cattle pond. It's not even it's just a drain, that area, and it's a bog, and it's amazing. And it shot at a limit every day of teal season this year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, every day.
So, okay. So now I noticed we're at like 52 minutes. So I want to, let's talk calls a little bit. What do you use for calls? For duck calls?
I use a lot of custom calls, personally. Dill Bordelon, do you know, if I say that name, duck hunting, do you know who he is?
Yeah, honestly, Fault Call was my favorite. A matter of fact, Art made me one. I had him on my show, and he made me a duck call and sent it to me. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just an old wood Fault Call guy. Okay, I just love them.
Yeah. I actually use a custom cane call made by Dill Bordelon there in Louisiana.
Okay.
And then of course I like zinc calls, echo calls. Yes, I'm probably not the most custom duck call guy. I mean, I am with the cane call because I like it, because we hunt so much teal. There's so many teal here. It makes a great teal noise. But there's a lot of good call companies out there. But mostly on the geese, you get into the specialty calls, especially the speckle bellies. We kill a lot of speckle bellies. So Reichsland calls are good calls. Yeah. So every guide's a little bit different too. Same as decoys. Every guide's a little bit different, and we all have Can-Ams with these big quack racks on them, and we put out about 10 dozen decoys. We pick our decoys up every day. So all the guides are rigged up with Mojos and flock of flickers and 10 to 12 dozen decoys, pretty standard every morning.
Okay, I was just going to ask the size of the spread. So it's still a fair amount of decoys to pick up every day.
It's a good leg day. It keeps us young.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the speckle belly hunting.
Okay.
We had a couple weeks ago. I went swan hunting. We shot our swans first day, and then we got onto a couple decoy fields for geese and a lot of speckle bellies in the area. We shot 2 the first day and 2 the second day is all we shot. We couldn't get them to finish. What is your trick to finishing? What's your spread for a speckle belly? Because you get a lot of them down there.
Yeah, we do. We hunt a lot of silo socks, a lot of dive bomb type silhouettes. but they love the rice, and so mainly it's location for us. That's our secret. We're hunting rice, and they love it, and less pressure. I'd rather let them sit for 3 days than hunt them on the first day. So
Yeah.
we're fortunate enough to have enough rice and have enough property that, truthfully, we let them build and get in there and hunt them, and then we might not hunt them for another 5 days to a week. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now,
So,
do the speckle bellies winter with you down there? Is that where they winter?
yes, sir. Yep.
Ah.
Yep. Now we've shot a GPS tracking one here. I'll tell you a little quick story on it. It came from the Aleutian Islands. It went to Stuttgart. It was around Stuttgart. Came to El Campo. Hung around here about a week. Went to the Valley area around Kingsville, the King Ranch. Then it went to San Fernando, Mexico. Came back to the King Ranch, and then we shot it in El Campo.
Huh.
All within about a month period. Isn't
So
that crazy?
I was just telling a guy tonight that I read the story a couple years ago, and I wish I could find it, but there was a speckle belly that took off from up north, and I'll mess up all the times, but it was GPS collared. It went over where I hunt a lot of ducks and where I'm going deer hunting this weekend. But that goose flew over, landed for like 3 minutes, and got back up and flew to El Campo, Texas in like 26 hours.
Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy.
my.
Like
Crazy.
it was insane, and I'm off on my time. I don't.
Yeah. Listen to this. We shot a the first one we ever killed here was a GPS pintail hen. Okay, and we have a roost pond, and it left our roost pond every morning at daylight, and it flew. In a car. In a car, it takes an hour to drive down to the bay. Okay, Matagorda Bay. It would go 2 miles out in the bay and sit until dark, fly back to our roost pond, and then feed in the rice fields. It did it all winter.
Really?
We killed this duck in January. It had been here since October. You don't think pressure moves ducks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
So it would get up every day, fly out to the Gulf, sit,
Yeah.
fly.
Back at dark and feed at night on the rice fields.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So pressure is. If you ever get a chance to listen to some of those Ramsey's podcasts on pressure and stuff, he's got a biologist that does the sounds, and they got the decibel reading monitors and all the refuges. When those boats start coming in there, those ducks leave. They know an outboard or a mud motor. They're leaving.
Wow.
Same with us. That we come in there. So I hunted. I did not hunt today personally. I hunted yesterday. When I went into the pond yesterday, it was foggy, and the world erupted. And then they moved, 400 yards away and sat there all morning. We had no wind, it was fog, and we killed like 10 ducks, and so it was tough. But it's crazy, just a little bit of pressure.
So would you rather hunt a bluebird day than?
Oh yeah, we love it. Sunshine and wind, sunshine, just like wind is your friend. Any direction, sunshine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've told people, and they're like, no, everybody says it's awful ducky outside when it's rainy and
right.
I'm like, no, give me a bluebird day every day of the week with wind.
Well, and all those DU prints that show a guy toting something in the rain and the waves crashing and the ducks, and I think he was heavily drinking when he drew that.
I would agree with you there. Yeah, right. All that wind and the waves crashing. When I was a kid trying to duck hunt in the wind, because we were always told that it had to be crappy out, right? I never
rain. The ducks don't even move.
Sure. And so when I did voiceover work for Grind Waterfowl TV, season 7, whatever. And so because I did that, I got to learn all these things about ducks and flooded corn. And then the fact that the best day of duck hunting was a bluebird day. I'm like, what the hell? I had no clue. I thought they were wrong.
Yeah. We love a 20 mile an hour north wind and clear sky, unlimited. We like unlimited ceiling. Oh my God.
Yep. 100%. That high ceiling. And then them ducks, our northern
never see you.
Come down, they come from the stratosphere.
Yeah. We love it.
Oh, just
love it.
Coming into
my phone, I've been doing this long enough now, and the clients know it. And then if they're not on the books, my phone's just buzzing when the night before and the weather guys come on. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I was literally out with my buddy and he duck hunted when he was a kid, got back into it with me last couple of years after chasing swans and stuff. And I'm like, bluebird, baby, bluebird. And he's like, really? And I'm like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I noticed like the mojos don't work as well when it's cloudy. You might as well get away.
That's correct.
You know, you want that high sun to
flash
flick on those things, and
you want the flash.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't get the same flash with a cloudy sky.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I would tell your listeners to try those Flocka flickers. That's a game changer too. They re-engineered them. The first ones that came out had a lot of trouble with them mechanically because they produced a lot of heat, and then it would condensate and things would mess up. But they redesigned those things. Those Flocka flickers, I worked on a lot of those. I got to see them early in their early infancy and stuff, and that's a wonderful product too. It adds a whole nother dimension to them. I run a dozen of them in my spread, and it's a good product.
So when you don't have much wind, are you a big movement like, get wow?
I do have the Mojo products for that, but I'm still go old fashioned. I got 2 jerk cords going.
Okay.
I like the jerk cord.
Yeah, I built a couple jerk rigs last year. Never have used them every time, fortunately enough, because we went out a bunch of times and it was just dead calm.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no movement in your decoys, and it's just like they're not going to finish. These things they literally look like decoys at this time.
This is just me of 40 years of guiding, but I don't try to make motion in my whole decoy spread. I try to make a lot of motion in one spot, and so. These guys buy all these pulsators, different things. They scatter them throughout. Let's just say your decoys encompasses, literally in front. If you're putting out 150 duck decoys, left to right, you might be talking 50 yards, right, or 40 yards. Yeah. Different, and then you got little pods or whatever, and you try to put one every 10 yards or every somewhere over. Well, you don't have. It's a little bit of nothing. So I'll take everything I got and put it right in the hole, and. The stuff on the far right doesn't even move at all. It looks dead as can be, but right in the middle looks like it's crazy. And that's all it takes is, a lot of times if they're not going to finish, at least they'll center up on me and get close. I can get them. So
yeah,
that's just my perspective. But I know people do it all kind of ways, but I focus all my motion right in one spot.
When I was a kid, we used bakery bags, and this was mostly for snow geese, but we still, we'd still bring ducks in, but we'd put a little P-rock in the bag and throw them out in the spread. And that wind just kind of, it gave the whole spread movement. Sure. And I think as a kid, I thought it was genius.
Yeah.
To this day, the most snow geese I ever shot in one day was over balloons.
Really?
Yeah. We couldn't get out in the field. It was kind of a spring season, and the farmers like, you guys can hunt it, but you're not driving out there. Well, we had all full bodies, and we're like, we're not carrying all these full bodies out here. So I sat there. I'm like, how are we going to get out there? Like, we don't have enough socks. We got a ton of full bodies. Then I'm like, let's go buy white and gray in balloons and buy a helium tank and tie them on fishing string and just spiral it up. Shoot the shit out of the freaking snow geese over helium balloons.
I haven't done that one.
I like that. That's pretty genius.
It was one of those crazy ideas at the bar at like 2 a.m. Like, this is work or it's not, but we're gonna try it.
Yeah.
At the bar at 2 a.m. and then you got up at 3:30 because I used to get up at 3:30 to go goose hunting.
There was a long point in my life when I was in my early 20s. We were doing snow goose hunters. We'd leave the bar and go set decoys, and then sleep in the layout blinds. I'm a lot older than that now, so not.
Yeah, I'm way past anymore. Yeah, I'm good. But, I get up at 3:30. I get up at 3:30 every day during duck season. I get up, make sure all the kitchen stuff's going. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. I'm in bed by now. I'll be quite honest with you.
Yeah, right. I'm like, okay, it's 4 minutes past my bedtime now that it's winter, but I'm having fun. This is great. It's been great to have you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. We got one more comment here. Balloons. Yeah, balloons. I'm telling you. I didn't think it was going to work, but it was like, there's no other way to hunt these things. We can put out our dozen Silasocks and it ain't going to matter.
Right.
Balloons worked.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah. I mean, think it was windy, so they're just swaying in the air above us. And best part of the cleanup was easy.
Well, I'm glad we were Central Time for you, so we're
it's
all
perfect.
on the same timeline there.
Perfect.
You didn't have
No,
to
we're good. They're good. All
do
right.
the early late thing.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Time, Steve. We'll be following along on your Facebook page. I recommend everybody look them up. And if you want one heck of a waterfall trip, I think El Campo, Texas RCR Team Waterfall is where you need to go.
Yep. Come see us. Love to have you.
Sounds like a ton of fun. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Y'all too.
Merry Christmas as well. All right, Steve. Thank you much. Great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.